single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. Well, today I'm starting a different cook. I have 2 whole packer briskets that I'm going to do up for my work. I'm going to do this cook a little differently. Not using any of the Weber's out here. I'm going to be using the RecTec. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have to work tomorrow. I'm going to start these at 5 a.m. in the morning while I'm at work, and I can monitor it through the Wi-Fi on the RecTec. I can control the temps, keep an eye on what these are doing, and by the time I get home from work, they should be ready to wrap, and then let them go another 5 or 6 hours. And I'll take them out, put them in the a cooler, wrap them up, and let them just sit there until I go to work. So I'm not going to go into how I'm going to do these. I'm going to trim them up some, and then I'm going to season them with CosmoQ's beef brisket cow rub, and then I'm also going to hit it with some Killer Hogs all-purpose barbecue rub, and then we'll get them on the RecTec and let them go all night or all day while I'm at work, and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, here's one of our briskets, one of 2 that we hit with a liberal coat of Cosmo's Texas beef as our base, and then we came back on top of them with Killer Hogs the barbecue rub. So what we're going to do now is just kind of wrap them up and put them in the fridge and let them season, and then we'll get them out on the smoker first thing in the morning. Should be good. Okay, so our brisket's been on for about, I'd say about 12 hours. This is where we're sitting right now. So let's have a quick look at them. Just got home from work. So what we're going to do now, a little tacky, but take them out and wrap them, and I have a special concoction I'm going to use to kind of braise them with, or finish cooking them with. We'll kick up the heat now to 275 once they're wrapped. Okay, for these briskets, what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a cube of butter. I meant to get unsalted butter, but this is salted butter, so I'm only going to use a half a stick here. Let's just do this. Let's just cut it up a little bit here, like so. Maybe one more slice. Okay. To that, got some ranch dip mix seasoning. What we're going to do is, I'm just going to take a whole packet here. Just kind of like so. Then I got a packet of au jus I'm going to put on it. Like so. Alright. Then I got some pepperoncinis. Now I got this from Meat Cranium. He did a chuck roast, a slow roasted chuck roast, and he used these. I thought it sounded like it might be good on a brisket, so get that on there. And then got some Worcestershire sauce that I'm going to put on it. I'll just do a little spritz like this, and then we'll get it down in the paper. Alrighty, should be enough. And then I've got some low sodium beef broth. Line it around the outside of this, like that. Alright. I'm going to take our butcher paper. I'm going to fold it up on here. Like this. Then I've got foil. Wrap it up. So like that. We'll get this back out on the smoker and we'll get the other one done just like it. Okay, so I'm going to kick it up to 275 now that I have them wrapped. I'm looking at maybe 3-4 more hours till they hit like 200, 205, somewhere right in there. And then I'll take them out, wrap them in a towel, and stick them in the coolers for the evening and take them in for work tomorrow morning. I am going to refill the water pans that are in there. You saw the spices and the the concoction that I came up with for seasoning these briskets. Either I'm going to be a goat or I'm going to be a hero. We'll have to find out tomorrow. Stay tuned. Okay, so the alarm just went off, and you can see here, two are at 205 and 207 internal. They run it right at 300. Take a quick look at that. We're going to get them out and put Well, so we just finished up our 2 briskets cooked for the coworkers, and you saw how they turned out, how moist they were. You know, maybe a pinch overcooked. We finished up in the evening around 9 p.m. and I took them right off the RecTec and put them right in that cooler and wrapped it with a towel, stuck it in the back of my truck. You know, the evening it probably got down to about 65, but took them to work the next day. We have lunch at 11 a.m. so about 10:30. Well, actually it's closer to 10 o'clock. Took them out of there, put them in the chafing dishes, the serving dishes, and let them sit, and they were still steaming, but let them kind of warm up a little bit in those cooking dishes. And then about 10:50 I unwrapped them and started cutting them. I think next time, if I'm going to do it that way, I won't let it go up to 205. I'll probably pull them off about 190 because they still cooked in the butcher paper, aluminum foil, towels, and in that cooler. So they were still cooking for a while that evening. So, but they were delicious. Everybody, I mean, I thought 2 15-pound briskets would have fed, I think we had 25 to 30 people working that day, and I thought there'd be enough left over for our night crew. There's about 10 of them, so I was thinking 40 to 50 people, 2 15-pound briskets, but no, they tore those up. They were completely gone, and people were coming back, you know, around 3 o'clock looking to see if there was any left over. Everybody was just raving about the flavor, the texture, everything about them. So, you know, that powder, what do you call it, ranch dressing, and au jus powdered with the pepperoncinis and butter with the Worcestershire. I think next time I'll cut the beef broth down to maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 tablespoons. I won't put in. I put in like I would say I put in close to a half a cup. I probably won't even come close to that because that just sat in there, and with the juices from the butter and what was coming out of the briskets, I mean, they were so moist. It was crazy moist. So I'd probably cut back on the beef broth. But anyhow, that was an awesome cook. It was delicious. I will definitely do briskets like that again. I think the next one I'm actually gonna inject. See how that does. As far as the app goes, you know, I tested it out a few weeks before, running around town, watching how it worked, and it's flawless. I mean, that's awesome that I can be somewhere and set alerts and monitor the cook and make adjustments to the temp of the pellet grill as I need. I can even shut it off or turn it back on, which is pretty awesome. So that I really liked. So yeah, absolutely no complaints about this cook whatsoever, about the RecTec. It's just awesome, I gotta tell you. 2 big briskets fit fine. I probably could have squeezed a 3rd one in there. They would have been touching each other, but I think that's about the max capability of that would be 3 full packers, and probably 5 like flats if you were just doing flats or, you know, points. But full packers, I think 3 big ones is about the max you're going to fit in that. The water pans, I don't know if you saw, I have 2 water pans that I put in there. I just like that. I think it adds steam and overall just keeps things kind of moist. You know, I had to refill them once I got home. They were pretty much empty, but you know, I think it does help. That cook, you know, all day, 12 hours at 200, and then once I wrapped them, I kicked it up to 275, but then I thought, I went up to 300 and let it ride there at 300. So, and it took about, from the time I got home and had it all wrapped and cranked on 300, it was about another 4 hours, so about 16 hours total cook time to reach 205. And you know, next time, the way that I did that so that I could put them in the coolers and take them to work, I'll pull them earlier and let them just self-regulate and cook. So anyhow, I really hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Yeah, they're already saying they want country ribs for the next one. So that'll probably be the next one for work that I do a big cook. And they're a lot of fun. I enjoy it. But anyhow, thank you for watching, and like I always say, you can do this too. It's not that hard. Grill on. Good lemonade.